Ladies and gentlemen, the clock is ticking. In just 17 days, we'll step into a new year. Some of you might be thinking, new year, new me. But let's be real. If you've spent this year whining, blaming others, and wallowing in self-pity, what's going to magically change when the calendar flips? The truth is harsh, but it needs to be said. You're not a victim. Complaining is destroying your manhood, and it's time to stop. For too long, society has coddled men, telling us it's okay to vent, to share, to talk about our feelings. And sure, there's a place for that. But let's not confuse venting with whining, or sharing with shifting blame. Every time you complain, you're giving away a piece of your power. Every time you point fingers, you're telling the world, I'm not in control of my life. Let's get one thing straight. Life is hard. Nobody owes you anything. Not your parents, not your boss, not your girlfriend or wife, and definitely not the world. If you're waiting for someone to save you, you'll be waiting forever. It's time to wake up. Stop acting like the world is conspiring against you, because here's the truth. The only person standing between you and the life you want is you. Think about it. How many hours have you wasted this year scrolling through your phone, complaining about your job, whining about your relationships, or stewing over your finances? How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow, or it's not my fault? If you keep finding excuses, the only thing you'll ever achieve is mediocrity. And let me tell you, mediocrity isn't just a failure. It's a betrayal of your potential, your ambition, and your manhood. Complaining is easy. It's a cheap escape from accountability. But every time you complain, you're programming your mind to look for problems instead of solutions. You're training yourself to see obstacles instead of opportunities. Worse yet, you're sending a message to everyone around you. I'm weak. I'm not capable. I'm a victim. And trust me, nobody respects a victim. Think about the men you admire. Do you think they got where they are by crying about their circumstances? Did Elon Musk sit around whining about his failures? Did Michael Jordan give up because he didn't make his high school basketball team? Did Theodore Roosevelt, a man who overcame asthma, illness, and tragedy, blame the world for his hardships? Hell no. They faced their struggles head-on and conquered them. You've got 17 days left in this year. What are you going to do with them? Are you going to spend them complaining about what didn't go your way? Or are you going to grab those days by the throat and make them count? Comfort is killing you. It's killing your ambition, your drive, and your masculinity. Look around. We live in a society that glorifies comfort. Soft beds, easy jobs, instant gratification. But comfort doesn't build men. Struggle does. Pain does. Hard work does. Every time you choose comfort over challenge, you're choosing weakness over strength. Every time you hit snooze instead of hitting the gym. Every time you binge watch Netflix instead of building your skills. Every time you complain instead of grinding. You're telling the world that you're okay with being less than you could be. Let's be honest. The last 11 months might not have gone the way you wanted. Maybe you didn't hit your fitness goals. Maybe your career is stuck in neutral. Maybe your relationships are falling apart. But guess what? Complaining won't fix any of that. Action will. You've got 17 days to end this year strong. Stop looking for excuses and start looking for opportunities. Pain is inevitable. Failure is inevitable. But suffering? Suffering is optional. The difference between a winner and a loser is simple. Winners use pain as fuel. Losers use pain as an excuse. Look at your life. What's hurting you right now? Is it your finances, your health, your relationships? Instead of complaining about it, let it drive you. Let it ignite a fire in you. If you're broke, work harder. If you're out of shape, hit the gym. If you're lonely, improve yourself until people can't resist being around you. Stop crying about what you don't have and start working for what you want. And don't just think about today or tomorrow. Think about the man you'll be 17 days from now when the clock strikes midnight on New Year's Eve. Will you be proud of how you ended the year? Or will you look back with regret, knowing you wasted yet another month on excuses? Life isn't fair, and it never will be. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you can stop whining and start winning. You weren't dealt a good hand. Tough. Play the cards you have and make them work. Crying about fairness is for children. Real men adapt, adjust, and overcome. When you complain about life not being fair, you're admitting that you're not strong enough to handle it. But guess what? Life doesn't care about your complaints. It's relentless, unforgiving, and impartial. If you want to survive, let alone thrive, you need to be tougher than life itself. So here's my challenge to you. Stop complaining for the next 17 days. Not a single complaint. Instead, take action. Replace every whine with a workout. Replace every excuse with effort. Replace every complaint with a commitment. Set a goal for these 17 days. Maybe it's losing 5 pounds. Maybe it's making an extra $1,000. Maybe it's fixing that broken relationship. Whatever it is, attack it with everything you have. Treat these 17 days like a test of your character, because they are. This is your chance to prove to yourself, not anyone else but yourself, that you're not a victim. And let's be clear, this isn't just about the next 17 days. This is about setting the tone for the rest of your life. If you can stop complaining and start grinding now, imagine what you can accomplish in 17 weeks, 17 months, or 17 years. Being a man isn't about biology. It's about mindset. It's about responsibility. It's about owning your life, your choices, and your outcomes. Nobody's going to hand you manhood on a silver platter. You have to earn it every single day. When you complain, you're giving up your right to call yourself a man. When you blame others, you're forfeiting your masculinity. A real man doesn't cry about the hand he's been dealt. He plays it. He doesn't whine about his circumstances. He changes them. So stop waiting for someone to save you. Stop looking for sympathy. Stop making excuses. Nobody cares about your struggles. The world only cares about results. Be the man who delivers. In 17 days, this year will be over. But your legacy, that's still being written. What kind of legacy do you want to leave? Do you want to be remembered as the guy who always complained, always blamed, always found a reason to quit? Or do you want to be remembered as the man who faced every challenge with grit, determination, and relentless effort? Your actions over the next 17 days will speak louder than any words. They will define your character, your values, and your future. So make them count. Stop complaining. Start conquering. Prove to yourself and the world that you're not a victim. You're a warrior. And warriors don't whine, they win. Ladies and gentlemen, the clock is ticking. 17 days to prove what you're made of. 17 days to silence your inner victim. 17 days to set the stage for the man you'll be in 2025 and beyond. The choice is yours. You can keep complaining, keep blaming, and keep failing. Or you can rise up, take control, and finish this year stronger than you started. Don't let this be another wasted year. Don't let comfort kill your potential. Don't let complaining destroy your manhood. Be relentless. Be unbreakable. Be the man you were born to be.